Hello and welcome back to For You. Way over there is Laura.
And way over there is my friend Reese, my partner.
We're back together again, kind of, for day 2 of our article about school clubs. Explore your passion in a school club. So yesterday we met James, who was a freshman at school, and he was looking at the school clubs that were available for him to join. And he came across one that he thought was interesting, the school film club.
I want to join it.
Yeah, it sounds so cool. The club president, Sarah, I think has convinced him to join. And today we're going to see James joining his first meeting.
Oh, I can't wait to find out. So how about let's start our article?
Let's do it.
Reading.
Explore your passion in a school club. On Thursday, James enters a classroom with a sign that says Film Club.
James, welcome. Please, take a seat. Before we discuss membership and rules, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. I'm James. I'm a freshman, and I love watching movies, especially horror movies.
Welcome, James.
Everybody applauds.
So, let's get into it. First, attendance. We meet weekly, and I hope everybody can come to the majority of meetings. If you know you'll be absent, please inform me as soon as possible.
Will we have a summer break?
Yes. When school takes a break, so do we. Sometimes during the school year, we hold events on the weekends. It could be a group trip to the movie theater or a viewing party for movies we made ourselves. I can't wait to make a movie! There's a membership fee for the film club. It's 1,500 NT dollars per semester, and your fee pays for renting the equipment and space. Now, let's watch a movie.
So at the beginning of today's article, we join James. On Thursday, James enters a classroom with a sign that says Film Club.
所以星期四我们就来到这个 James 他进入一间教室，那外面的告示牌有写着 Film Club， 就是电影社。OK， 那这里的 say 不是真的在说啦，它就是表示显示啊，或是写着什么什么。
So Sarah told James to come to the film club on Thursday for their meeting. And James goes in the room and Sarah says, James, welcome. Please take a seat. Before we discuss membership and rules, why don't you introduce yourself? Sarah seems nice.
OK， 那当然 Sarah 一开始看到这个 James 来加入他们，而且是第一次，他说欢迎欢迎，然后请入座。那在他们讨论呢，就是有关这个会员啦，还有规定之前，他想说James 你要不要来自我介绍一下呢？ But first we need to take a look at some words here, right? Like membership.
Yeah, so Sarah says they need to discuss membership. Yesterday we learned discuss means talk about, but what is a membership? Well, membership is a noun. Before we define the noun, let's talk about another noun, member. A member is a person who is a part of a club or group. So a membership is the state of being in a group. If you have membership, that means you are in the group. You might even have a membership card. Here's an example sentence. Membership for this club is 2,000 Taiwanese dollars a month. That's a little expensive.
OK， 我们首先先来看一下刚刚的 membership 这个字哦，它是个名词，有会员身份或是会籍这样子的意思哦。那如果你要讲会费，要怎么说呢？就是 membership fee。 那通常我们加了这个会员，我们都会拿到会员卡啦，很重要，就是 a membership card，OK？那突然我想到，我好像忘了做这件事情 ，I forgot to renew my membership of the sports club， 就是我忘了怎么样 renew， 就是续期我运动俱乐部的会员资格。那刚刚其实我们还看到 Sarah 她非常的贴心，很客气说 have a seat or take a seat， 这个呢都是指请坐这样子的意思哦。It's a very polite way to ask another person to sit down. Okay, and I believe we also saw another word, right? Introduce.
Introduce. Introduce is a verb, and introduce means to tell everybody your name, your age, and where you're from. Basically, to tell everybody about yourself. You introduce yourself to people when you meet them for the first time. But you can also introduce another person, or you can even introduce a thing to other people.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So, for example, if there's a movie I really love and I want to show it to Laura, I could introduce her to my favorite movie.
I want to know.
Yeah, it's Misery. It's a scary movie. Don't watch it.
Oh, I know that one. I know. It's so scary. I'm your number one fan.
That's the movie. Okay, well, we have an example sentence for introduce, and here it is. Don't be shy. Introduce yourself by telling us your name.
Oh, okay. My name is Laura Olala. Okay, I am introducing myself. Introduce 就是有介绍的意思，它是个动词，所以自我介绍就是 introduce yourself or myself, OK？ 那我通常呢，我都很怕，我觉得好尬哦，自我介绍。但是我觉得轻松一点，我都会叫人家认识我的小名。I probably will say something like this when I introduce myself. I say, well, my friends like to call me Lala. Yeah, 因为我就想说，大家可以叫我 Lala， 就比较轻松一点。那如果你要介绍两个人认识，也可以用到 introduce 这个字哦。Have you two been introduced? Jack, this is Jill. Jack and Jill walk down the hill. 好吧，开玩笑的啦。还有呢 you can also introduce somebody to another person, like Reese, let me introduce you to my friend Jimmy. 我也不知道 Jimmy 是谁. It was just an example sentence. Okay, imaginary friend.
Okay, well, back to the article, and James is ready to introduce himself. James says, oh, sure, I'm James. I'm a freshman and I love watching movies, especially horror movies.
He's like you.
Just like me.
Okay, 所以呢 James 就说当然好啊，那就想要自我介绍，他是回应说可以，我可以自我介绍。他说我是 James， 然后呢我是一个高一生，然后呢我超喜欢看电影，特别是跟 Reese 一样的恐怖片。
Okay, so horror movies.
Same. You know, I love horror movies and I can't stop watching them. And, you know, actually, on Netflix, 有个超恐怖的泰国的. It's actually kind of like, it's not like ghost scary. It's just like kind of like a thriller idea. Yeah. You should go check it. It's really good. Yeah.
I love horror movies, but we should probably talk about what the word horror actually means.
Should.
So horror is a noun, although sometimes we kind of use it like an adjective. Horror is actually a feeling of fear or shock or terror. When something is really scary, it's a horror. Horror is that feeling you get when you have somebody breathing down your neck, but you turn around and there's nobody there. We usually use horror to talk about a genre or type of movie, book, or video game. Horror movies are scary movies with monsters and ghosts and aliens. Here's an example sentence. This book is a horror story. It's about a boy who can talk to ghosts.
It reminds me of that movie Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that
was
Bruce
what I was
Willis
thinking and the little boy. 你看 Okay, great minds think alike. We are friends. We're twins. Okay, 好哦，我们来看一下 horror. 我跟 Reese 都很爱的恐怖片是 horror movies， 其中的 horror 就有恐惧、恐怖的意思，它是个名词。I love horror movies. Okay, 但是呢， 其实电影提到的电影种类，它除了 horror，还有什么呢？像我也很喜欢看 comedy， 就是喜剧类的。There are lots of movie genres and also romantic comedy， 就是爱情喜剧片。I think they can be a bit cheesy， 有时候他们有点拔辣哦。但是我就是很爱看那种剧情啊 ，just to kill time. Of course, there's action movies， 动作片，还有 fantasy， 就是奇幻片。OK， I love them all。不过呢，在口语当中，我们也可以用 to somebody's horror 用来表示令人害怕的、令人恐惧的是什么事情。举例来讲，我前几天我买了一个新的白衬衫，但是我发现当它不小心沾上了这个红酒的时候，我真的觉得很像恐怖片一样的害怕。To my horror, I realized my new white shirt was stained with wine. I hate it when that happens.
That's a real horror story right there.
Totally.
Okay, well, back to the article, and Sarah says, "Welcome, James," and everybody applauds. So before we move on to meet some other members of the group, perhaps, let's talk about this word applaud. Applaud is a verb, and applaud means to clap your hands together when you think something is good or impressive. So if you go to a concert or a play or at the end of an assembly, everybody usually applauds to show that they are pleased with what they've seen.
OK， 所以这时候呢，在介绍完之后 ，Sarah 就说欢迎，我们大家来欢迎 James， 然后大家就怎么样一阵的鼓掌 ，Everybody applauds。Applaud 是个动词哦，就是鼓掌的意思，它的名词是 applause。OK，APPLAUSE。Okay, now are they ready to actually start the meeting?
Yeah, so Sarah says, so let's get into it. First, attendance. We meet weekly, and I hope everybody can come to the majority of meetings. Ooh, okay, Sarah said a lot of things there, and there are 3 words we need to talk about. First one is attendance. Attendance is a noun, and attendance is the name for when you are present. You are at a place. We've already talked about the word attend, which means to go to an event. Attendance is the noun. Attendance is also the name of the process of checking who is there. So your teacher probably does attendance at the beginning of each class by calling your names.
OK， 好哦。那刚刚呢，我们来看一下，有提到这个 Let's get into it， 就是我们开始来讨论某一件事情，所以他们就开始来开会这样的意思哦。他说，首先他要提到的是 attendance， 就是出席率 ，attendance 也有出席参加的意思。不过这里他可能要呼吁大家说，我们每周开一次会，我真的希望大家都可以参加。大部分的 the majority of meetings 大部分的会议 and they also mentioned another word weekly, right?
Right, so weekly is an adverb of time, and weekly, as you maybe can guess, means once per week. If you do something weekly, you do it every week. Some related words are bi-weekly, which means once every 2 weeks, or in British English, we have a special word, we say fortnightly. It means once every 2 weeks as well. Also, you can say daily to mean every day, or hourly to mean every hour. So these words are more specific, whereas words like often or frequently are not specific. So an example sentence using the word weekly could be, we visit our grandma weekly at her farmhouse in Ohio.
Oh, that's very nice of you guys. Okay, weekly 其实就是每周的，不过在本课是当做副词来用哦，就是每周都会开会。那其实像是有很多字词也是类似在讲时间，像是 monthly。可想而知，就是每个月的啦，或者是 yearly 每年的啦。那不过刚刚 Reese 唤起了我在澳洲的 British 的英式用法，每2周一次，就是美式是用 bi-weekly， 可是英式是 fortnightly， 我还记得这个用法。OK， 好啦，那要怎么用呢？举例来讲 ，Our department holds a meeting weekly on a Friday。我们部门每周5 都有开会，是在星期五开的哦。Okay, now we also saw the word majority, didn't we?
Yeah, you talked about this a little bit. The word majority is a noun, and the majority of something is the biggest part of something or the most of something. So if you have 100 people, 90 are boys, 10 are girls, the majority are boys. It means the most are boys. The opposite of majority is minority. Here's an example with majority. The majority of people living in Taiwan are Taiwanese.
Okay, 我们来看一下 majority。它是一个名词，就是大多数啊、大部分的意思。那通常我们会用 majority of 后面这个名词，像是呢，the majority of the employees have university degrees， 就是这边大部分的员工都有大学的文凭。那它的相反词呢，就是 minority，OK， 它就是指少数的意思啦。Okay, so let's check out what Sarah says next.
Yeah, Sarah has more instructions. If you know you'll be absent, please inform me as soon as possible.
OK， 他说，如果你知道你会缺席呢，请尽快通知我。As soon as possible， 其实在口语我们也可以用 ASAP，OK，ASAP 就是尽可能尽快的。那 as soon as 也有一怎么样就怎么样 ，OK， 所以你们一知道好不好，就马上通知我哦。Yeah, that's really important to actually inform the president. Maybe you're sick or maybe you just can't attend for some reasons. And remember to inform her.
Right. What does inform actually mean? Well, inform is a verb, and inform means to make somebody aware of or know some information. You can see there's a clue here with the inform. To inform means to tell somebody something, usually something important or something useful. So instead of telling your friend something like, I like cats, that's not really informing them. It's just talking to them or telling them something.
Right.
But if you tell your teacher that you won't make it to class, that's informing them because the information is important. Here's an example sentence. Please inform the teacher that I'll be late to class. I have to visit the principal's office.
Ooh, okay. 我们来看一下 I know, you're in trouble. Inform 这个动词就是通知、知会的意思，通常是比较正式的情况，就是要告知哦。举例来讲，如果发生这个事情，大家应该都不想发生吧 ？They decided to inform the police about the theft. 他们决定要通知谁？警察关于 theft 就是一个窃盗的事件哦。And they should. Okay, so maybe somebody else might, raise questions in this meeting, right?
Yeah, we hear from other people in the club. There is a person here called Simon, and he says, will we have a summer break?
OK， 所以这里的确另外一个会员就提出一个问题，他说，我们会有暑假这个一个短期的休息吗？ OK， 就是暑假的假期啦。那 break 在这里呢，其实就有休息时间或是短假期的意思，它是一个名词。那通常我们会说 have a break， 或者是 take a break， 或是 take breaks 都可以哦。
Yeah, and Sarah, the president, she has an answer. She says, yes, when school takes a break, so do we. Sometimes during the school year, we hold events on the weekends. It could be a group trip to the movie theater or a viewing party for movies we made ourselves.
Nice. I want to go to that one. Okay. 这时候 Sarah 就回答说，是哦，会哦。当学校放假的时候呢，我们也会一起跟着放。那有时候在一个学期之内呢，我们还会怎么样？在周末举办活动。那它可能是一个像是一个 group trip， 就是团体的旅游到这个电影院啦，或者它是一个派对，就是大家可以一起观看他们制作的电影。那这里呢，我们是不是有看到他说 hold 这个动词 ，we hold events。这里的 hold 就是指举办的意思哦。
Okay, and then we hear from another member of the club. Casey says, I can't wait to make a movie.
Casey 是我们认识的那个 Casey 吗 ？Casey 这时候另外一个会员就说：“我等不及要制作影片啦、电影哦，对不对 ？Can't wait to 后面接原形动词 can't wait to do something， 就是迫不及待做某件事情。Yeah, I can't wait to see you in person after the COVID.
I can't wait to go outside.
I know.
Well, we're going to hear from Sarah now at the end of the article. Sarah explains more about the club membership. She says there's a membership fee for the film club. It's 1,500 Taiwanese dollars per semester, and your fee pays for renting the equipment and space. Now, let's watch a movie. Wow, sounds like fun, but let's talk about one more word before we end things today. The word equipment is a noun, and equipment are the things that you need to do something, like some special kind of work or sports. So it's a general term for things that do things. If you work in a science lab, you need special equipment. If you play baseball, you need equipment. And if you do photography, you need equipment. It's a very general term.
OK， 所以电影社其实是有收会费的哦。那一个学期，我觉得听起来有点小贵啊，就是台币1500元。但是后面我们听到 Sarah 解释，就觉得这个钱其实是因为他们会用来缴这个租设备啦，还有空间啦，这样他们才可以拍摄，对不对？然后接着他就说：“好吧，那我们现在一起来看一部电影吧。”不过这里他其中提到的设备器材，我们是用 equipment 这个名词来用哦。Woohoo! That comes to the end of our 2-day article. Let's now go to our For You chat. For You chat.
So today's For You chat question is a fun one for you, Laura. Would you like to join a film club? And what kinds of movies would you want to watch?
Of course, I would love to join a film club. Hello. I mean, look at me. Okay. I actually even want to make a movie myself. Please, I want to be the leading actress if that's possible. I want to produce movies like Mean Girls. Oh my God. I love cheesy movies like High School Girls, all those like funny stories I could tell. I really want to actually, I won't even want to write this story myself. Okay. But sometimes, apart from like cheesy movies, I also like tear jerkers. Sometimes it's actually good to let it all out, to really cry, have a good cry, and then you feel kind of a little bit better afterwards. I don't know why.
Yeah. So tearjerkers are like sad movies where, maybe someone goes through a really hard time. Those are important movies to watch too. Yeah.
What about you?
Me, I love horror movies, as we've discussed, but it's not just that I like them. I think they're really underrated. I think people don't take horror movies very seriously. They're never nominated for the big awards like the Oscars. So I would like to get together with a group of people so that we can seriously discuss and analyze my favorite horror movies like The Shining, which is just so beautifully made. The music and the camera shots and the acting. It's just such a nice movie.
Well, I'm in. Count me in.
Okay, we'll have the first horror movie night here at my place, and if you get too scared, you can squeeze Ponyo, my cat.
Ponyo, 我怕怕. Ponyo is the cat.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. You can think about this question at home too. What kinds of movies would you watch if you were in a film club? Would you even join a film club? You can discuss these things with your friends. But from me and Laura, that's all we have. Stay safe. We love you.
Love you.
Vocabulary Review.
Membership. To join our film club, there is a $500 NT membership fee, but that includes 2 movie tickets. Introduce. Let me introduce Jane. She is my classmate at my new school. Horror. Edgar Allan Poe was a famous writer who wrote a lot of horror tales. Weekly. Every Friday at 8 p.m., watch Wonder Dog. The show will be on TV weekly. Majority. Some people don't like the new uniform, but the majority of students are happy with it. Inform. Joe is in the hospital now. I'll inform you as soon as I know more.
智慧小补帖
Applaud. Attendance. Equipment.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net